What's up guys? So a bit of a different video today. I recently had a friend suggest to me kind of an idea for a video, and it revolved around what's known as the Taiwan chewing gum. Now when my friend told me about this, I had legit no idea what he was talking about. So I took to Google and I searched up what exactly I was getting myself into making this video, and I found some interesting things. Now, harvested from the areca palm found across Asia, the areca or betel nut is sold and consumed for its stimulating properties. This nut, more commonly referred to as Taiwan chewing gum, I guess by the locals, offers a buzz that's equivalent to 6 cups of coffee. This thing is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Like, one of these does that. I did a video with someone who actually has tasted this nut before, but we're gonna get into that later in the video. But for now, something interesting that they told me was that these betel nuts are sometimes lined with different kinds of flavors. So depending on which kind of shop you go to, you may experience a more sweet tasting betel nut or one that's more bitter. Regardless of taste, however, Taiwan chewing gum is most popularly used among working aged men, usually on construction sites so they can be awake for longer hours. Now, while it is such an intense stimulant, and it can, taste pretty good, I guess, at times, depending, and it keeps you awake for a very long period of time, past your natural hours. The downside to this is quite substantial. Now, the areca nut is wrapped in what's known as a leaf of the Piper betel plant. This leaf is actually lined usually with the flavorings I was talking about, but also in addition to that is tobacco that's lined up with it. So I found a study on this titled Areca Nut Use, an Independent Risk Factor for Oral Cancer, and it talks about how the role of areca nut products in causing oral fibrosis and malignancy and possibly contributing to other diseases has raised important public health issues. If that weren't enough, the products aren't actually labeled properly. And so there's no health warnings on the labels, no restrictions, so that children could come about and, have this themselves. And as stated, of course, in the title is the fact that, of course, oral cancer is at a high risk when consuming the betel nut, and that's been a severe issue throughout Asia as this has been consumed, because let's keep in mind the Taiwan chewing gum has had a history of about 2,000 years, and while some cultures claim to associate benefits with its consumption, the World Health Organization, the FDA, and the CDC all have a consensus on the fact that the health risks far outweigh the benefits of anything this nut could offer. So it's not something you want to throw in your morning tea. I don't know why you would do that in the first place. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, now to be a little bit more specific on the risks here and how many people actually are subjected to them, 5,400 Taiwanese men are diagnosed with oral cancer and precancerous lesions, and an estimated 80 to 90% of those are through the chewing of betel nuts. So I think that's like a really important thing to keep in mind. 80 to 90%, guys. This is crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Now, I took the time to kind of dissect a betel nut for us so we can kind of get an idea. And as you can see, I show the white lining on the leaf there. And that's basically just calcium hydroxide. It's a way to improve the taste, stimulate the taste a little bit more. But of course there is tobacco lined on that as well. So that's what that is. And it took a lot of force, to be honest, but I was finally able to kind of crush and open up the areca nut, and we get to see that, it has some like juiciness to it, I guess, and kind of like a little fibrous, softer inside to it that I would assume most people would want to like chew into and kind of get that out. Now, to cap off this video, I'm going to show you guys an interview that I had with a pizza restaurant owner of the place called Gusto Pizza. I really recommend it. It's in Taipei, Taiwan, in the Da'an district. It's really tasty stuff. So anyways, let's get into it. So I was having a conversation with Colin, and we were talking about the betel nut. He's actually tested it out himself, and I just want to have him describe what it's like.
In a nutshell, for you it's pretty disgusting.
I don't want to try it myself, man.
It's pretty disgusting, but it's a pick-me-up. I mean, it's used by truck drivers, long-distance truck drivers who go around Taiwan. and they stop at these field of booths. Back in the day, it used to be sold by like this very scantily clad women. There's still a few around, but you have to go.
I think they're called like beetle nut beauties or something.
Yeah, exactly. And they just break off the cap, chuck it in their mouth, and then chew away, and then spit out all the excess.
I hear they line it with like tobacco or something.
Yeah, there are loads of different variations. So you can get a fruity one, and then you can get like a raw paste and stuff like that.
Does it have a certain aftertaste to it?
It depends on the type you go for. So like for example, if you go for the sweet one, you can actually sit there chewing away on the sweet one quite happily because they've got artificial flavors. But if you go for the raw one, yeah, I don't know how to describe it other than disgusting. It's not something you're gonna have with your Sunday dinner on the side. But I guess if you drink a lot, you feel quite drunk, and then you have some, it kind of sobers you out a little bit and gives you a bit of a pick me up.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, I hear it's kind of like a problem in Taiwan a bit, or it used to be anyways, where it was like a lot of people were addicted to it or something.
Yeah, there's still a big addiction to it for sure.
Yeah.
If you walk around the streets and you see like a big splodge of red on the floor, then you know exactly where that's from.
Yeah, I hear it turns your mouth red and your teeth red.
Yeah, India's also got something similar, that's called pan. Big triangle sort of leaves wrapped in something like that. It's a similar style of pan. And a similar result. Just gross.
Alright, well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Alright. Alright, guys, that'll be it for this video. If you liked it, maybe, smash that like button a little bit if you can, and, subscribe if you're into these kinds of videos. I would really appreciate it. I love the support, guys. It means a lot to me. Any suggestions, throw it in the comments, and don't worry, I'll deliver. Alright, guys? Alright, that's it. Peace out.